With a fascinating history that reaches back to the dawn of civilization, Egypt is considered the oldest travel destination on Earth. The African nation's awe-inspiring temples and pyramids have captured the imagination of travelers for thousands of years. Although most people come to Egypt to view its ancient monuments, natural attractions beckon travelers too. The Red Sea coast is known for its coral reefs and beach resorts, while a trek through the Sahara can lead visitors to a refreshing oasis. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Egypt. Number 5. Alexandria. The second largest city and leading seaport in Egypt, Alexandria has a prime location on the edge of the Mediterranean. Founded in 331 BC by Alexander the Great, the city was once considered the crossroads of the world. Several of Egypt's pharaohs, including Cleopatra, ruled the country from Alexandria until the nation fell to Rome in 30 BC. Under Roman rule, the city earned a reputation as a center for arts and literature. The city's Roman theater, which features stunning mosaic flooring and marble seating, is a remnant of Alexandria's Roman occupation. Today's Alexandria is a dusty seaside city with an overinflated population of 5 million that is badly in need of a lick of paint. It's a faded shade of its former glorious cosmopolitan self, but still worth a visit for its many cultural attractions and glimpses of its past. Many of Alexandria's most famous historic sites, including a library that housed more than 500,000 books, were destroyed by devastating earthquakes in the 14th century. Completed in 2002, a new library stands near the site of the original Library of Alexandria. Exhibits of Alexandria's long history are on display at the Alexandria National Museum. The museum's more than 1,800 artifacts are arranged chronologically, from the Greco-Roman period to the Coptic and Islamic eras. In ancient Alexandria, the most prominent feature was the Lighthouse of Alexandria, a towering structure that was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The lighthouse crumbled into sea during an earthquake along with much of the ancient metropolis. Scuba divers can still view massive stones and statues lying on the seabed floor. Number 4. Hurghada. Hurghada is a resort town on the edge of the Red Sea, easily reached via a bumpy 6-hour bus ride from Cairo. It offers a more popular alternative to Sharm el-Sheikh and Dahab, and is now one of Egypt's most visited tourist destinations. But that's understandable, as there's plenty to love about Hurghada with its many beaches and warm waters. Once a simple fishing village, this famous resort town has hundreds of high-end hotels along the seafront, yet the focus is still mainly on relaxation. This section of the Red Sea is renowned for its excellent scuba diving opportunities, with gorgeous colorful coral reefs to discover just offshore. Other water sports, like snorkeling, windsurfing and jet skiing, are just as popular. For those who prefer to admire the magical marine life from above the water, there are many places offering glass-bottom boat trips, so you can usually shop around to find the best offer. Hurghada is extremely popular with Eastern Europeans and especially Russians, hundreds of thousands of whom visit each year. Many tourists choose to combine their holiday here with visits to other prominent locations along the Nile Valley, including the relatively nearby city of Luxor. Number 3. Aswan. Egypt's southernmost city, Aswan is another major city nestled along the banks of the Nile River. However, due to its location and size, it offers a much more relaxed alternative to big cities Luxor or Cairo. Although its own monuments are minor compared to Luxor's, Aswan is the base for excursions to the temples of Philae and Kabasha and to the Sun Temple of Ramses II at Abu Simbel to the south. It is also the best starting point for excursions to the temples of Kom-Ombo and Edfu between Aswan and Luxor. Aswan itself has one of the most beguiling settings in Egypt. Granite cliffs overlook the Nile's first cataract, the first of a series of shallow whitewater rapids broken by rocky islets that stretch north to Khartoum. Home to a large community of Nubian people, it was once the gateway to Africa in ancient Egypt. You can learn more about these people at the Nubian Museum, which is filled with treasures and relics that were kept safe from the flood of Nubia. Aswan is famous for its granite quarries that were used to build Luxor's many obelisks. Some of these unfinished obelisks can still be seen in the city today, such as the largest known ancient obelisk in the world located in the south of Aswan that was intended to be over 40 meters tall. Number 2. Luxor. 1,000 years after the construction of the Great Pyramids, the new kingdom arose in Egypt, and power shifted from the ancient capital of Memphis to Thebes in the south, the site of modern-day Luxor. Enriched by gold mined in the deserts of Nubia and transported to the city on the River Nile, Thebes became the country's cultural and political hub. Today, the mid-sized city Luxor is known as the world's largest open-air museum and is one of Egypt's most popular travel destinations. There's so much to see and do in Luxor, from temples to tombs and everything in between. You'll need to allow a couple of days to do it all justice. Most of the Luxor attractions are located either on the east bank or the west bank of the Nile. Famous highlights on the east bank include Karnak Temple, most selective places, an extraordinary temple city that took over 2,000 years to build. Although the entire Karnak complex consists of 4 main parts, the main structure, known as the Temple of Ammon, is the only one that is open to the general public. The largest religious building ever built, the temple's pillared hall is a breathtaking stone forest of 134 columns that stand as high as 21 meters tall. The beautifully illuminated Luxor Temple is a particularly stunning temple to explore at night. On the other side of the Nile, the West Bank boasts the whitewashed scenery of the Valley of the Kings, home to many elaborate and colorfully muraled tombs, pits, and burial chambers. Some of the tombs are included in your ticket entrance, but prepare to pay more to visit King Tut's tomb, the highlight, the final resting place of King Tutankhamun's mummy. Number 1. Giza Necropolis. The Giza Plateau is probably one of the most recognizable destinations on Earth. Located on a desert plateau to the west of the capital of Cairo, Giza is its own city, but in recent years it's grown so much that it feels like another district of ever-expanding Cairo. While once a humble carriage track, Giza is now one of the most touristy parts of Egypt, home to upmarket hotels, big-name restaurants, giant shopping malls, and pulsing nightclubs. But most famously, Giza is the closest part of the city to the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, which is why most people center themselves around this neighborhood for at least a few days during their trip to Cairo. The three main pyramids of Giza are an ancient necropolis that were built as tombs for three Egyptian pharaohs. A scattering of satellite pyramids in the area were built as a place to bury their wives and royal family members. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is the one you can enter if you're happy to pay extra. Alternatively, you can take a camel ride out into the desert and get a photo with all of the pyramids in the background before heading to the Sphinx for the stock standard Sphinx-kissing tourist photo. If you happen to be staying close to Giza overnight, don't miss the pyramid sound and light show. It's exactly what it sounds like, but it's a great way to appreciate the Great Pyramid a little differently. While you'll have to pay for a seat at the official light show, if you have dinner on the balcony of the nearby Pizza Hut, you can watch both the sunset and the show for free. And we hope you enjoyed the following ranking. Please let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our future videos.